It's been weeks since we've been in quarantine or practicing social distancing, and if you're bored out of your mind, why not take this time to teach yourself a new skill? After all, learning is a way of life. So today I will start it off by showing you some of the best educational apps that you can install on your phone, no matter if you have an Android or an iPhone. By the way, if you want to watch my videos in Spanish, be sure to check out my second channel called HowToMen in Espanol. I'll include the link in the description. Let's start it off with Brilliant. This is the perfect app if you want to gain a better understanding of math, science, or computer science. It doesn't focus on any other material, just those three subjects, and it strays away from the traditional way of learning, such as memorizing formulas or reading long, boring textbooks. Instead, it will teach you through a learning by doing approach. So it will include well-written explanations that are easy to follow and understand, and it will also have interactive problems such as multiple choice questions, graphs, pictures, sliders, etc. This is so you never get bored with the content that you're learning. It also has daily challenges if you'd rather just hop on and do some quick mathematics or physics to freshen up the brain. If you're curious, some of the topics include mathematical basics, algebra, geometry, stats, calculus, and even advanced mathematics for those who are in college and are majoring in mathematics. For science, they have chemistry, physics, quantum mechanics, applied science, and more. And for computer science, they show you the fundamentals and basic ideas that are used when coding any language. The type of things you would learn if you're trying to get a degree in the field. So anyone of any age can use this app. The only downside is that it's only free for 7 days. Afterward, you'll need to pay a subscription. If you'd rather have a broad range of materials to choose from to learn multiple things at once that aren't just school-related topics, I definitely recommend Skillshare. They happen to be the sponsor of this video, but seriously, this is a fantastic learning app with a powerful online learning community. Their approach to teaching is made through easy-to-follow videos that are made by fellow creatives, so it really empowers you to accomplish real growth in your life. I experienced a ton of growth by using Skillshare's platform to learn how to code better in various different programming languages, since I am pursuing a computer science degree at a university. For example, they have fantastic web development classes. One of my favorites was the JavaScript Toolkit, Write Cleaner, Faster, and Better Code. It's by Christian Hellman. This class taught me the basics of coding in JavaScript and all the techniques every developer should know to code a lot faster. But they also offer thousands of other classes for creatives and curious people on topics such as illustration, design, photography, video production, productivity courses, and more. Most of the classes are under 60 minutes, so you can learn something quickly and it won't interrupt your schedule that much. Skillshare is also incredibly affordable, especially when compared to pricey in-person classes and workshops. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month, and guess what? The first 500 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get 2 free months of premium membership so you can explore your creativity. Not a bad way to learn something new. DIY Life Hacks and Tips is an app that will explode your mind multiple times or even make you angry that you've been living your life without knowing a specific fact. For example, did you know that you can use lip balm to heal paper cuts and immediately stop the pain? Or that you can press Ctrl-Shift-T to reopen the last tab you closed, just in case you close it by accident? Or that you can re-record a voicemail by tapping the pound sign? Another one is that while showing someone a picture on your phone, you can zoom in a little so that they can't swipe to the next picture. Or how about creating a cool DIY key holder entirely made from Legos? Those are just a few of the thousands of life hacks that you can learn from within this app. The iOS App Store unfortunately doesn't have the specific application, but a great alternative is Daily Random Facts. It also has a ton of amazing tips and tricks. However, it does suck that you have to pay an annual subscription just to unlock all of the different categories. For those of you who want to learn a new programming language, I have 2 spectacular options. The first one is SoloLearn. A lot of people are familiar with this one since it has the largest collection of free code learning content. It offers courses in just about any language you can think of, even newer ones like Kotlin or Swift. Each session includes explanations about specific topics and then asks you a question to see if you learned from the previous slide. Some lessons even have you type out real code within the app and let you run it to see if you did it correctly. My favorite features are that every slide includes comments so that you can see what people think about the specific lesson. You can program anything within the code section and run other people's projects. And there's also a play section that lets you compete with other programmers in your level to see which person gets the most questions right. There are a ton more features within this app, including a discussion panel. However, a great alternative is Grasshopper. It only teaches you one language, which is JavaScript, but for the most part, once you learn one language, learning another isn't as difficult since they're all very similar. As you know, any app designed by Google looks gorgeous, and this one is no exception. Plus, it breaks down the fundamentals very well and gives you hints and examples of what code to type next. If I'm being honest, even though SoloLearn is much more feature-packed, Grasshopper, for the most part, does a better job of teaching a beginner how to code since it has visual puzzles with examples on the same page, and the colorful, bright interface included with random animations keeps the user intrigued. Still, both are great options. No matter which one you choose to go with, you'll be able to code in no time. If you're the type of person who finds it easier to learn things through memorization, then you most likely want a flashcards app. Brainscape Flashcards is my first recommendation just because they claim to have partnered with schools, publishers, and educators to create certified flashcards for topics like the SAT, driver's ed, AP exams, the Spanish language, or a ton more standardized tests in the US. So these aren't just random cards that were created by a random person on the internet. Once you add a deck to your library, you can start by going through the flashcards one by one, checking to see how well you know the answer. Just keep in mind that if you want the entire deck of a certified class or exam, you'll need to pay a subscription. However, they still provide user-created packs that are all free to study. A great alternative is Quizlet. You can create your own flashcards or study sets from millions created by other students. Once you add a set to your library, it provides you with various ways to study the deck, including creating a test out of it, using a feature called Learn, which basically uses different techniques at once to help you really master a subject, or you can just use the traditional way. Last but not least, I wanted to show off a brain training app so you can hopefully learn a lot quicker and train your brain to do things a lot faster. Lumosity is the first option. It uses cognitive training to improve the mind. It has science-based games that are designed to exercise your thinking speed, memory, attention, flexibility, and problem solving. Before each game, the app tells you what the purpose is and what it's designed to do. The games are straightforward and easy to catch on to, and after you finish each game, you can see your performance stats that compare your strengths and weaknesses across the board. The app is free to use, but if you want to unlock the majority of other brain games and also have the ability to compare your brain stats with other people, you will have to pay a monthly plan of $12 after a 14-day trial. If you want a free alternative, check out Smarter. This has the same concept to boost your memory and mind. They have games to improve accuracy, attention to details, color coordination, multitasking, using logic, and a lot more. It has a ton more free options than Lumosity, but I still prefer Lumosity just because of the stats that it gives you, so you can see how well your brain is functioning and how it improves over time. Either way, that concludes the best educational apps for both Android and iOS. I'm sorry that all these apps have pricey subscriptions behind them, but when it comes to education, especially really good education, it's not cheap. Thank you guys for watching, and while you're at it, get subscribed with the notification bell turned on. Follow us on our social media pages, and don't forget that Skillshare is an all-in-one app that has the functionality of all these apps on this list. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kapow!